Hi, welcome. This week in quarantine cooking. Ugh. Hi, welcome to my home, everybody. This week on quarantine cooking, we're having an Italian feast. We're making risotto and Italian sausage. In honor of this Italian feast, we have some nice Italian facial hair. Welcome. Hit the intro music. Oh, wait. First, we need to wash our hands. Are you on the camera? Floss real quick. Do it. Great. Break the stove on the day that we need a cooking class. Way to go. Well, there we go. There we go. It's alive. All right, in a heavy bottomed saucepan, we're just going to get a little bit of olive oil. Just enough to coat the bottom of the pan. So in our kit, we have garlic, a little bit of chicken bouillon paste, some tomato puree, butter, Parmesan cheese, arborio rice, red wine, and a little bit of spinach and fresh tomatoes. With all of this, we will make the risotto. So we're going to grab our garlic, add it to our sauce pot, and then we're just going to sweat it. We don't want a lot of color, just until we get all of that water out and the flavor developing nicely. And some snappy music here. Oh yeah, having a good time. Cooking some garlic. Next we have our arborio rice here. You could use any short grain rice. I like arborio or carnaroli for risotto, but here we have some arborio rice. It's like a waterfall of deliciousness. Everything looks better in slow motion. So now we're just toasting the rice in the pan. You just want to get the rice a little bit toasted. This way it'll hold on to all that starch, and that way it won't turn into mush. Once you get your rice nice and toasty, then we're just going to deglaze. Traditionally in risotto, you would use white wine. Today, we're getting crazy. We got a little bit of red wine. So this will complement the tomatoes, which we will see later in the recipe very nicely. The purpose of the wine here is you just want some nice acidity. You're basically going to cook it all out and be left with a nice sweetness. So wine, obviously sugar, yeast, a little bit of that alcohol, so you can smell the alcohol coming off now. We're going to cook all the alcohol out and be left with that nice sweetness from the grapes. So we just have a little chicken bouillon paste here. This is sort of, if you've ever tasted anything and you hear or you say it's missing something, it's usually probably this. So this, it has chicken stock, garlic powder, onion powder, and a good amount of sodium in it. So we're not going to use a ton of salt in this recipe. Actually, probably no salt at all with the Parmesan cheese we're going to add later. But this is going to give it that nice depth, that nice season, that nice saltiness that we all love. We're just going to add this in. And then this would basically be chicken stock. So later, we're going to add our liquid, and then with the bouillon paste, it becomes chicken stock. So you just want to add in your chicken bouillon paste, get it nice and toasted. So we're going to add water in stages. For the volume of rice that you have, you're going to want to add 4 times the amount of liquid. So we have the rice in this nice container, so essentially it should absorb 4 containers of this. But we're going to add it in stages, so we'll add it 4 times. So you just want to add 1, and then we're just basically going to stir. You're going to release all that starch from the rice. That's what makes it nice and creamy. And then as that liquid evaporates, we'll add the next stage, and then keep repeating the process. All right, so here we have 2 links of Italian sausage, Fontanini brand from McCook, Illinois, a local product. There was a time, support local. So we're just going to take our Italian sausage, medium hot pan here, a little bit of olive oil, and we're just going to start crisping up that skin. So you don't want it to go crazy, splattery, or smoky or anything like that. Just nice sizzling happening. Work it slow. We're going to crisp up the skin nice and slow, get that nice crunchy outside. And then once we develop that nice crust, we'll add our tomatoes and then get the interior cooked nice and tender. So you can see most of our first batch of liquid has absorbed on the rice, and then we'll just keep repeating that process. So we're going to go in with a little bit more water, the same volume in that cup, and then we'll just cook it the same amount. Once you get it nice and absorbed, So the sausage is caramelizing nicely. That's what we're looking for. That nice golden brown. GBD. Golden brown and delicious. And then we'll just give it a flip. Hashtag GBD. So once we achieve that nice golden brown, GBD, on each side of the sausage, now we're going to add our tomato puree. So we just have some beautiful crushed tomatoes here. Just add those. We're going to turn down the heat slightly. And now we'll just nest those sausages right in that tomato sauce. And then we're going to let them finish cooking right in the tomato sauce. And then later, we will take this tomato sauce, we will add it to our finished risotto to bring all those flavors together. That's nesting right there. That's what they like. Smells good. So as you can see, the rice is growing. It's getting plump. It's absorbing all of that liquid. Good. Val, how do you say one more in Italiano? How do you say one more in Italian?
In Italian, one more is ancora uno.
Ancora uno. Beautiful. That's what I was going to say. One more time, and then it will be ready. Finito. Beautiful. Grazie.
Fourth time?
Fourth and final. Well, maybe. We might have to add more. This is cooking. It's not an exact science. With risotto, your arm can get really tired, so sometimes it's just good to have an extra hand. Well, Val just needs the recognition that she deserves. She's the heart and soul of this operation. Cooking, cleaning. I love you. So our Italian sausage is fully cooked in our tomato sauce. We're going to move it over to our risotto and bring all those flavors together. We're just going to take our Italian sausage, drop it gently into our risotto, and then you could add all of that tomato sauce. All that nice flavor now becoming one. Harmony! All right, so we have a couple beautiful cherry tomatoes here. We're just going to cut them up. Juggling is not my strong suit. All right, so these tomatoes we're just going to cut in half just so they're the nice size that you could fit on your fork or spoon. We're just going to add our tomatoes to our risotto. So we already have the tomato puree in there, which we have cooked, develop a nice flavor, and now we're just taking fresh tomatoes to boost and brighten it all back up. And at this point, this is what makes the risotto magic. So we're going to basically make its own creamy sauce. And the way we achieve this is we're going to add a little bit of butter. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of butter. Chefs. So deadly. And then it's off the heat now, and then we're going to add our Parmesan cheese. And then we're going to stir this in. So the heat is no longer on. So what this is going to do, it's going to prevent that butter from breaking. The cheese is going to emulsify with the butter, and it's going to make this beautiful creamy sauce. Just stirring it in, making it nice and creamy. And we're just going to add the spinach. We don't want it to turn brown. This is going to brighten everything back up, stay nice and vibrant. And then we just basically just fold in our spinach to get it nice and wilted. See that beautiful color. Just want to stir it through until it's all nicely coated, cooked, and wilted down. Beautiful spinach and tomato risotto. One of the weird myths about risotto is people think it should be this big moundy, scoopy thing. It should just settle on the plate. It should almost weep right onto the plate. Nice, creamy, and beautiful. And we'll just cut our beautiful fontanini sausage here. Just nice and chunky. Something that'll fit on the fork. Plate it any way you want. Doesn't have to be fancy to really get rustic with this one. Maybe a few shreds of Parmesan cheese on there, a little bit of olive oil. I like it just like this. Simple and perfect. This is Dan Casey with Italian Risotto. Stay safe, stay home, Stay delicious.